What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So, boy, did we have an interesting day. It was kind of interesting. I guess it was sort of flat. It was up at times where we thought it was just going to be a V-shaped recovery. Then it was down at times, pretty much for most of the day. It was down and then slightly recovering. But we'll get into all of the detail of the charts, any news, all of that stuff in a little bit. Before I start, make sure you guys hit that like button. Also hit the subscribe button for more videos like this one. And make sure that you get your free stocks with Webull down below. Don't forget to check out some of the links in the description. It does help out the channel a ton, as well as checking out some of the other things. If you want to join the Discord group, that's always amazing. Or if you want to join as a member, check that out. But let's talk about this. AMC. Let's look at the movement that we've seen today, and then we can get into some other stuff. But in the pre-market, we've seen a little bit of a drop. So it did increase as it came to the after hours market when it was yesterday. So let me actually look at this closer. So we actually got to in the after hours market, we've seen this jump up to $12.85, right? Closed at, I believe, somewhere around that like 1260 mark. I think it was 1264 if I'm not mistaken. So it did close at 1264. That increased, and then in the after hours market started to fall. Even in the morning, it gapped down and then started to show a little bit of a recovery, which was strong. We like to see that. And then literally right when it opened, I always talk about this, how the stock does end up decreasing right when it opens. It's just a formality. It really does happen not every single time, but probably like 7 or 8 times out of 10. So it did decrease, and I was saying wait for that V-shaped recovery. We did see that V-shaped recovery to where it recovered all the way up to, basically being positive on the day at close to $13. It resisted on $13 and then fell back hard. I mean, showed a lot of support somewhere around here, showed some resistance a little bit, but the way that it's falling, it shows clear manipulation, right? That slow fall is basically without the volume. You don't really need as much shorts. I would imagine we're going to see a ton of shorting that went on somewhere around here. Maybe a couple of covers that happened somewhere around this area, and then we did see a lot of shorting going on here. So as it got down to this bottom around 1220, which is lower than what it was in the pre-market, I believe that's its lowest point. I lied. 1203 was its lowest point. It did end up starting to come back, increasing a little bit to where it got to the end of the day and then fell off and closed at about 1255. So basically being at about flat, even though it looked like it would have closed on a positive day if it wasn't for this probably shorting that happened at the end of the day, or some selling. You probably have a couple of day traders that are looking to sell, swing traders as well. And in the after hours market, we're seeing a little bit of an increase back up to where we really want to be. We want to see that increase to $13 to $14 to $15. And we're noticing a trend here. Every single bit of positive movement that we do see is happening somewhere, close to the after hours market. We're seeing that positive trend here. We've seen it jump up to, 1441. It started to decrease. I believe that was the day it started to decrease. But then we've seen this day where all the activity happened in the after hours market. Got to $15.80 and then all of a sudden started to decrease. So we're seeing a lot of the activity happen in the after hours market where the hedge funds really control most of the activity. And it's kind of concerning. They're controlling all of this stuff, and they're going to look to control probably the squeeze within that time period as well. And are people going to be able to capture everything? Probably not. A lot of people are going to miss somewhere around that top 10, 20, maybe 30%, but the top 70% on down, and that could still be a huge number, will be ours, for the taking. So it's just concerning to see everything happen in the after hours market, and us not really have control over it because we can't really buy and sell. Yes, we can do a little bit, but if we have thousands of shares, no way we're going to get that filled. There's no possible way that we're going to get that filled. We put in all of these limit orders and they just won't happen. So like I said, the after hours market is going pretty good. We're up in the after hours market, back up to, kind of where we should be and where we want to be, the direction that we want to go. But one thing that I wanted to point out here was this article here, and just really the title. Could AMC be on another short squeeze run? It's great to be able to see something positive of an article. I guess it could be positive. A lot of times they like those clickbait articles, and they won't really get anything else behind it. But basically, they're talking positive here and talking about how it was basically hovering around that $10 per share. But the main reason for that, which I want to talk about in a little bit, is going back to the movies. The high demand, the amount of people that want to support AMC, and the high demand for getting out of the house. And when you think about it, a lot of people that are supporting AMC are going to go to these theaters when they want to. Like for me, I want to go see A Quiet Place 2. I believe that's coming in theaters on the 28th. And I'm going to go right next to my house. So if I can go to this theater, support what I'm invested in, and we can go from there. So I 100% encourage you guys, to go out to a theater, go watch A Quiet Place 2, go watch whatever movie comes out, and, enjoy yourself and also support what you're supporting. So that's really what I wanted to say with that article. But it does show that, people are going to really look into fundamentals. And that's what a lot of these articles want people to go back to. Instead of people investing just into a position or buying into a position in order to just have a cash grab or say, F the hedge funds, they want people to care about fundamentals and say, okay, this theater makes sense why we would invest into this because now they're making so much money. Fundamentals make sense. It all comes back to fundamentals, right? And yes and no. We still will support what we support. If you're going to look to short something out of business, then we're going to support it. Let's look at some of the Fintel numbers. I know we reviewed this morning because we can't really look at the current data, but we could see that they're still shorting it. They're still actively shorting this along with a lot of other positions. 29% short volume. You could see 25.5 million short shares. You have 1.4 million short shares available. The short borrow fee rate continues to go down. It's at 8%. And you look at the short volume over the last however many days, you can see that it has been, increasing, has been a pretty high number. The amount of short volume is 25.5 million. You have 46.6 million. You have all the way up to 81.5 million short shares. So they're looking to short it a lot. But that's really what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I do believe that we're going to see something, hopefully we're going to see something positive tomorrow. But I think we're going to see more of the same. This increase up to numbers that, we expect them to get to during the day, but then times where we can't really do anything about it. It's going to get to $13 and, $13.50, and then it's going to fall back down. And then Friday, what I would want to happen is to be a positive day. But how hedge funds are. How people with money are. They're very stingy, very greedy. So what they're going to do is try and get people to sell a lot of their positions. Over the weekend, people don't want to hold something that's going negative, that looks like it's going to get worse. They want to let go of it and, move on with that, right? But us, the way that we're holding this, we're going to continue to hold. We're going to continue to hold, double down, triple down, quadruple down, because they're wrong. They're 100% wrong. They can't win this fight. And we all know that we're just going to stand together. So anyways, guys, hit that like button. It was definitely an interesting day. A lot of people said that it was going to be flat. I definitely seen some interesting moves and I seen some potential, but they totally derailed us. So hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one, and make sure that you get your free stocks with Webull down below. Don't forget to check out some of the links in the description. If you want to join the channel membership, definitely do that. There's 2 levels to the channel membership, or join the Discord group. There's 3 levels to the Discord group, and they're all amazing. So again, hit the like button, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.